Marriage is one of the things people look forward to, but it's so unfortunate that only few prepare for it. I do say I thank God for my parents, my sisters, my brother-in-law, and a friend of mine. If not, my wedding would have been a flop. People prepare for wedding more than they prepare for marriage. I am the last child of my family. When I was preparing for my wedding, the two things that concern me was my wedding dress and my wedding ring, which I got them like 3 months before I got married. I thank God that I prepared more for my marriage. By the grace of God, this year will be our 10th year in marriage. Many people know how to prepare for wedding, even if they don't know how. There's always event planner to help them plan for wedding, but no event planner will help you prepare or plan for your marriage. The marriage is in your court, so play the ball well. I am going to share with you few tips on how to prepare for marriage. Marriage, not wedding. The first preparation is spiritual preparation. Pray ahead. Most prayers that people are praying now, if they have prayed it years before they got married, it would have saved them from some unnecessary prayers. Pray ahead. I started praying for my marriage years before I even met my husband. Make sure you fast and pray about your marriage with your to-be spouse. I'm not saying your husband, your to-be spouse. And even if you're married now, make sure you still fast and pray. It's not every time you party together. It's not every time that you go out on a date. You can also fast and pray together with your to-be spouse and even with your spouse. People do say in school, you go to school before you collect certificate. But in marriage, you collect the certificate before you start the marriage. So you don't know what the marriage holds for you. Why don't you commit the unknown into the all-knowing God that will give you a wonderful marriage? The second point is to read. One of my favorite books is I Married You by Walter Trowbridge. My mentor gave the book to me 2011. I love the book. I bought some books for myself. My husband, then before we got married, got some books for me on marriage, on parenting, written by maritally proven successful people. Most things that people cry about on social media, if they have read, it's avoidable things. Make sure you commit yourself to reading. Stop reading about romance all the time. Read about marriage, something practical. Read about marriage, read about parenting. Watch videos like what you're doing right now. Watch videos on parenting, on marriage. Go to seminar. Make sure you are fully prepared for marriage. Don't just be prepared for wedding alone. Marriage is more important than wedding. The third point is to surround yourself with quality people. Don't surround yourself with people that sees marriage as necessary evil. Don't move with people that see divorce as a must in marriage, like any little thing divorce. Don't surround yourself with people like that. When growing up, at first I didn't like marriage because most marriages that surrounded me, is it most? All marriages that surrounded me at that time, I didn't desire that kind of marriage. So at some point, I was like, maybe I should just stay unmarried. But as time goes on in my senior secondary school, I met my mentor, Dr. Olawale Abayomi. I love his family. I love his marriage. And after my secondary school, I met with a big sis. I love her marriage too. So I was like, there are good marriages. Then I started desiring a good marriage. I started speaking positively into my future, into my marriage. When I met my husband, when he introduced me to his parents, I love them. My father-in-law is almost 90. My mother-in-law is above 70. If you see both of them today, they still behave like newly wedded couples. That lovey-dovey is still there. So seeing them also make me believe that yes, there are good marriages. The last point on my list is be open for change. Let me be sincere with you. Marriage will change you. But a good marriage will change you for better and not for worse. It will bring out the better version of you out and not the worst version. There will be some things about you that you're going to change, not forcefully, but reasonably. You too, nobody will even tell you that you really need to change some things about you because you know that these things are necessary things you have to change if you want a better marriage for yourself. The changes will not be suddenly, it will be gradual. I've changed some things, I'm still changing some things about me. The changes will be gradual. And another thing is there will be temptations outside, but with God's help, you and your spouse will overcome all the temptations, all the challenges that comes your way. I won't specify on particular change because my own changes might be different from yours. So just be calm. But as I said earlier, a good marriage will change you for better and not for worse. Please note, be careful of what you see, read, and hear, especially on social media about marriages. Bad marriages, if care is not taken, it will unconsciously make you to fear marriage. So be careful. There are good marriages. Social media is not the originator of marriage. God instituted marriage, and for you to have a wonderful marriage, rely totally on Him. Only Him can direct marriage to become what He really pictured. And until next video, remember to stay dignified.